today one of my outstanding favorites, one of my Indian dishes. What am I making? I'm making a fish curry, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. It's going to be smooth and delicate, and I'm not going to make it that spicy. Now I'm going to show you how. Now I'm going to infuse it with all different type of Indian herbs and spices, but if you want to make it simple, you don't have to go through all that trouble. All you do is just add your pre-mixed curry base to it, and that would be enough. But you know something? I'm going to add a little bit of this because I do not have any curry leaves here, so I'm just going to add a little bit, and I'm going to infuse it with all the other spices that I have. And what fish am I going to use? I'm going to use the tilapia. And why do I like tilapia? Because it's a medium firm fish. At the same time, it's a sweet fish. It has nice, delicate flavor. That's why I like to use this type of fish. But use any fish you want. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get going with this awesome, awesome dish. Okay, grab yourself a dish, and here's the tilapia. Of course, I have it dry. It has to be dry in order to have the thing stick better. And I'm using about a pound of tilapia. And what are we going to do? We are going to season it. First thing we're going to do is put some salt on both sides. Not too much. So, I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. Not too much. And I'm going to add just a little bit of turmeric just to get the process going. So, now this recipe calls for a little bit of chili, but you know something? I'm not going to put the chili because it's a little too strong for my girlfriend. So I'm just going to use paprika, just a little bit like that. And there's really no measurement. I just want to cover the fish. And now I just take the fish and I just spread it around like this, just to get it some flavor into it, so when we fry it, she's ready to go. And there we go. There's our flavor. And here I have my favorite fry pan with about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil, and I'm just waiting for it to get hot. So that is going to get going, and I want you to grab the fish in your hand. Don't worry, it won't bite. And I just want you to put it on the oil and slide it. Put it on the oil and slide it. Put it on the oil and slide it. Now what I want you to do is I want this up really, really high. I just want you to sear it. I don't want you to really cook the fish. So we're going to leave it for about a minute, and then I'm going to turn it around. And now we turn it around. Oh, how's that starting to look? Now remember, I don't want you to cook the fish, I just want you to sear it. Just like that. Oh, grab yourself a deep dish pot, and I want you to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil, any kind of cooking oil. Bring the heat up a little bit, but not too much, medium heat. I want you to add 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, just like that. Don't have the heat up too high at this point. 1 teaspoon of turmeric. And this recipe calls for chili, but I'm using paprika. So I'm putting about half a teaspoon of paprika because my girlfriend really doesn't like it that hot. And about half a teaspoon of cumin. And now we're going to take that and we're going to move it all around. Oh, the spices. Oh my, does that smell good. And now, 3 bay leaves. 1, 2, 3. We have that in there. And we're going to let that go for about a minute or so. And now about 4 garlic. And now about 1.5 teaspoons of tomato paste. And now, last but not least, 1 teaspoon of mustard to give it that little zing that we need. Now at this point I'm going to add a little bit of water just to get the sauce going. And oh man, does that ever smell good. All the spices have been roasted and it smells absolutely awesome. And now just half a teaspoon of salt, like that. And to finish it off, this curry instant spice, about a teaspoon. Which that one really does not have to be roasted because it's already, everything is done for you. And now we have our paste, absolutely awesome. And now we add about 1 cup of coconut milk. Oh man, does that ever smell good. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So, now if you don't want this that thick, what I suggest you do is, you see there's a little bit more in there. So we add a little bit of water to it and we pour that in. And now I'm gonna let this go for about 5 minutes and I shall be back. Okay, we're back. Now, how is that looking? Now what we need to do is we need to add the fish. Now, like I said, if it's too thick, you can add a little bit more water. It's to your liking. So now what I want you to do is I want you to grab this fish here and I want you to break up the fish into chunks, just like that. Don't make it a job, just break it up just like that. Now you didn't have to sear the fish if you didn't want to. All you had to do was just put the fish in. But you know something? My mama told me to sear it. And that's so good. Now the fish goes in. There you go. Now it's very, very delicate. There we go. And to spice up my life, half a red chili. No more, because my girlfriend cannot take the heat on it. And about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can add more or less. There you go. And now I have the heat on low and I'm going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes until it reduces just a little bit. And okay, we are back and let's see how that's going. Oh, see how that's thickening up? Absolutely awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to give the taste test now. And remember, this is for you, not for me. And for me, it's absolutely awesome. But I want a little bit more intense flavor, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the instant curry mix because this has already been done for you. So you really don't have to roast and everything. So this is the best thing to add if you want a little more oomph to it. So I'm adding another half a teaspoon. But then again, it depends on you. Like how strong do you want this curry taste? It has thickened up quite a bit and you can see that it's absolutely awesome. The smell, I want you to take half a cup of parsley and just put that in. Now I like a lot of parsley. You don't have to add all this parsley if you don't want. I just like the parsley. Thank you very much for allowing me to present this dish for you. I hope you enjoyed. I know you're going to love it. And thank you again from Tony and Cooking Around, and I'll see you again on my next cooking recipe. Bye now.